Hey guys, it's Matt. I'm in the asylum again, and I want to show you one more kind of play area that gives great examples of what kind of stuff there is to do and things for you to play with when you're in here as an actor. Some of the things, though, is that you need to pay attention to is that you need to look for the things for you to play with, because you might not know that they're there. For example, this is a flap that blends in very well, especially at night, and you might not know it's there. And examine these things every night. You might be in a new position. Look for some of those scare tactics. I also want to review with you in this video of how you can move around a lot and get people in multiple areas. And it really becomes quite fun. I'll just show you some of these spots. Here's one. The guests are moving in this direction, so they're coming from here and going over there. A minute ago, though, they were down this hall, and look what's going on in here. There's another air prop. While that comes to life, you can, by the way, you can hear this stuff get triggered. You'll start to learn, hey, that got triggered. You could reach through here and kind of rattle this cage that's in here and give the scare a little bit more life. Now you've got plenty of time for these guests which are coming down this hall for you to sneak into where my videographer is standing. Inside of this 4-square cavity is multiple spots to frighten people. For example, right here is a picture of a clown. It has a tongue that comes out of the wall. You can put your hand through that as a puppet and kind of scare them. The nose of this clown on the face of it actually is, you can see through it in one direction, so you can notice when the guests are coming. That's one example. So if you see something like that, you go, hey, I bet I could play with that. Then over here is another door. This would have been when they first came into the asylum. This is another opportunity for you to scare them here, and then as you hear guests coming, get back over there. The key is trying to listen and reset your scares as quickly as possible, okay? Another thing that we're gonna mention to you here, well, there's one actually here from last year still. Every night you're gonna receive one of these reflectors, and there'll be a piece of duct tape on it, and you will put your name on it, and you can keep this for the season. And every night when you get to your specific position, you will take that and put it in one of these colored blocks so that the reflector actually sticks up above the maze so we can see where you're working every night. That's a very important thing, and you need to keep this reflector with you at all times. So if you have to go to the bathroom, take it with you. When you're done at the end of the night, take it with you. You'll hear more about these during orientation, but I'll show you right now. That's how they go in, and they stick up above the maze. As I said, where the cameraman is standing is actually a 4-sided cube that you can hide in, and you can literally get guests and scare them from all 4 directions. Another thing that's in here, and they're actually scattered around many of the attractions, is a speaker and a kind of a grenade type button. And what you can do is you can use that as an amplified way to scare. So that speaker is going to have a sound effect in it. So when you're hiding, as you're about to pop out, hold that grenade trigger, and when you trigger it, leap out, and it will make your scare 10 times more effective because that speaker is going to have some very loud, terrifying sound, okay? And just to finish this particular video, I know you're not going to be able to see me. We have a lot of the shade cloth on top of the attractions, so I'm going to go out of your sight for just a second here. But this is a great way that you can follow these guests. Follow them around, and look what's going to happen right here. I'm going to go into this scene, and I can then reset and go right back into where the cameraman was standing earlier. There's literally tons of things to play with just in this one spot alone. And as I mentioned earlier in the other video, start to learn where some of these animated props are. Sometimes I think there's actors that might not realize something is happening, or that they're accidentally triggering it. For example, right here, we have the shower head, and there is a water sprayer. Actually, it's this one right here. There's a water sprayer right here, so that when guests trigger the beam sensor, this spritzes off water. So as an actor, though, you want to make certain that you're not accidentally triggering these things so that the guest doesn't experience it. So if you do it once or twice, no biggie. You've realized where it was now, but just learn from your mistake. There's your second actor video.